Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Suited Car Guy. Today we're talking about the top 5 things that I hate about the B8 S4. Now, it's kind of tough to come up with things for this car. It is a very solid platform, but as we all know, no car is perfect. So here's the top 5. So first off, out of the factory, this car had so much potential. But Audi, in order to keep it competitive with the other cars and fit into their model lineup, they severely hampered it. They really gave all the power to the old RS with that V8 engine and really didn't give this car its due. It had the potential to make over 500 horsepower, but they decided that just a little over 333 was good enough. So first off, while it's not unfixable, is the horsepower. Next up, the suspension. The suspension is good, however, the sway bars on the car are really a little bit, leave a little bit to be desired, let's just say. So with a thicker set of sway bars, you get much better turning, much better capability, and Audi really could have done that from the factory. So second was the sway bars and the suspension in the turns. A little bit too much understeer, which I understand they were going for a little more comfort, but Audi, this is a sports car, or at least a performance luxury car. I like to say high performance, but I'm not sure it's at that level with the way they were kind of letting it leave the factory. Next up, let's talk about the electronics. The electronics overall are great. However, there is a feature that's missing. I feel like this car really could have had Bluetooth audio in it. That would have been a nice thing. I feel like a bunch of other cars around that time were having Bluetooth audio. If Audi would have been able to make that small change, that really would have been nice. Next up, there's something very important that very few people know. When you rev this car out hard, I believe it is because of the anti-stall clutch. In first gear, when you rev it out hard, and if you don't shift, it will hang the rev limiter up at the red line. So you shift, and then if you don't engage the clutch right away again, it will hang that, it will hang the engine RPMs for a good 2 to 3 seconds before it drops it down and lets it come back to normal. So that is a huge thing. I was really a little bit disappointed in that they let that go out from the factory, but maybe they just didn't drive it as hard as they should have. And for our 5th and final point, we had to turn the lights on. This is a little bit of a night game right now. The last thing that I have to say, while these seats are absolutely outstanding, they hold you in place, they hug you, not too tightly. I'm kind of a big guy. I weigh about 220. I am not the most skinny person. These seats do hold you great, but one thing they don't have is cooling or ventilation. And for a big guy like myself, or for anyone who runs a little bit hotter, it was something I really wish that they would have put in this car. I know 2010, ventilated seats and cooled seats are just coming out, but I mean, come on, Kia had it, or Hyundai had it. I think Audi could have possibly worked it into the equation too. And I'm gonna give one bonus thing. I really wish that Audi and many of the German brands would have included some kind of an auto start feature. It is very cold when you're getting into the car in the morning sometimes, and to be able to start the car from inside the house and at least get the seat heaters going, and possibly if this had a heated steering wheel, that would have been great, but I don't think that was ever an option. So those 5 things or 6 things really rounded out. All around, this is an outstanding car, and I would have no hesitation recommending it to anyone. So if you are in the market for some kind of a performance car or any kind of a German luxury car, I would tell you to give this strong consideration before you make your decision. Thanks again for tuning in to the Suited Car Guys. Really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I will read all the comments, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks so much, and have a great evening.